Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch My Hero Academia Vigilantes Season 1, Episode 12. For what I understood, we only have 13 episodes for this Season 1. Or maybe it's gonna be a season which is gonna be divided in 2 parts. I'm not sure of it. If you know that, you can tell me the information. And you know, I was like, normally I'm telling you, be careful with spoilers. I didn't read, the mangas or anything. I'm not making any researches because I fucking hate spoilers. So be respectful, be careful with that into the comments. For that information, you can share it into the comments if you know about the fact that are we gonna have 13 more episodes later during the year, or really it was a short season. You know, I think that it was the season 1 of My Hero Academia, the first season, which was really short because it was supposed to tell the story of one arc, the first arc, which was really short as well. So I wouldn't be surprised, if this season 1, it's only 13 episodes, I would be okay with it. And it's logical also with what is happening right now into the story, what happened during the last episode. If you didn't see my reaction video about it, I'm gonna put the link into the eye, and I'm gonna put the link for the playlist that I made for this anime, and also for My Hero Academia, the original one, in case you can be interested to binge watch everything with me. Guys, what happened during the previous episode, with Knuckleduster fighting now against Big Girl, and in fact it could be his daughter, at least that's what he thinks, but I don't understand how it is, how it's functioning. He's trying to reach his daughter, that's what he said, that's what the translation said for what I remember. Talking to her, what is happening? Something to control of her body. I'm not sure I understand. But really, that was a fucking surprise, and that was really big. And we have also all of the concert. Last episode, it was a preparation of it. Clearly right there, 2 episodes left. We're gonna have it. It's gonna be disturbed, and we're gonna have something happening during it. 2 episodes seems like a good deal, good thing for having that thing happening and also having the conclusion of it. So again, I wouldn't be surprised if this season it's only 13 episodes. I would be okay with it. But clearly I want information now. I mean, I want mainly that information about what the fuck is happening with Big Girl. Like, what is your real name? Because I think that, because we know her name and we know the real name of Knuckleduster, even if I'm not naming them like that, I know that at some point it was said, and I think that even if I have trouble to remember their real names, I would have, clicked if at some point I would have clicked, if in fact it would have been the same exact names. So I don't really understand what is happening right there, and I want to understand that because that's a big thing. In fact, it has been, I think, since almost the beginning of this season that I'm telling you that the background of our characters, our 3 main characters, can be something really big and interesting to discover and to build a story, around that. In fact, Pop Step, we discovered that it's related to Koichi, so in fact, their backgrounds are related, so it's more a question of discovering it, them having the reveal of it for their characters and the evolution of their relationship. But for Knuckleduster, I guess pretty early that the fact that he's that old, in comparison of the 2 others, maybe it can mean that something important, bad, big happened into his past. The fact that he was the one to introduce that case with the drag, it means that for him it's something important, so maybe one of his loved ones was hurt or killed during it. I thought that we discovered the truth, when we had that reveal about his wife, but in fact no, it's not just his wife, it's also his daughter who is concerned by all of that. So Knuckleduster's story and background. We don't have really all of the information around that, around it, what truly happened, and also clearly I hope that before the end of this season, these 13 first episodes, I don't know, we're gonna have more about it. I want to understand also that character more, him, you know. I really hope so. We'll see about it. We'll see about it, and I'm gonna see that right now. Let's go for this episode, guys. Remember that if you want, on my Patreon, you have episodes of advance for My Hero Academia. At first it was 4 episodes of advance, and with time, because of the fact that in fact I'm right on time for each new episode, but not yet, and I think not ever in fact for Patreon and for YouTube. I can't remember how many episodes of advance you have for the anime on Patreon, you know, in comparison of YouTube. I think that at this point it's 3 episodes, something like that. Check the description to know it. You have, no matter what, on my Patreon, the full reaction part, my reactions and my thoughts to the full episode in full opacity, really everything. And remember that right now on YouTube, on that video, you have the intro and the review part, and for the reaction part, it's on the description through a link. I'm forced to do things like that now, but even with that link, the video that you have is respecting the fair users. That's something which is important for me, to be respectful with things and to respect the fair users no matter what. So if you guys, you are interested to have the full reaction part, the full opacity, everything, it's on my Patreon with the level 3, be careful. If you want and if you can, it can be truly appreciated because I'm a little reactor, so each little help can be truly useful. But if you can't, you can sub right there on YouTube, you can like, you can comment, you know, everything for YouTube algorithm at some point, you know. You know, for them to notice me maybe at some point. Let's go, guys, for this episode. Is he gonna be the villain of the next season? Second part of the first season? Because I still don't know if we're gonna have a season of 13 episodes, you know, or 26 episodes but divided into parts, I don't know. But clearly, during this episode, we closed an event, you know, and a story. I mean, next episode, in fact, is gonna be there to introduce the new season or the new part of the season with a different story. That's a surprise for me. The situation with Knuckleduster's daughter, you know, the fact that it was truly his daughter, that we had really a situation with an host, a body, you know, that someone something to control of. That was my theory. He knew it and he prepared everything in advance, you know, to face her, to fight with her, and to kill her, but not fully, so he can revive, save her at the end. I'm so glad that he thought of all of that, that he found a way him to survive, and then that he found a way to revive her. I was surprised also that he thought about the fact that the bees would try to escape and that he had just to take care of the queen during that moment. I thought that in fact we would have a situation like the bees trying to find a new body, you know, and that it could be one of our guys. I was afraid of it, but at the same time I thought, okay, we still have 1 episode left for this season or this part of the season, so clearly, in fact, it can be the new situation that we're gonna resolve into the next final episode, you know. I was surprised that in fact, in this episode, Knuckleduster not only fought and won, first lost, but then won that battle against Big Girl, against the situation with these bees, and for me, he's gonna have his daughter back. We didn't see it, but I can't believe that he did all of that, and in fact she's gonna die. I think that he's gonna manage to save her. But what is really bad and that I'm worried of is the fact that he got a call from the hospital saying, we have a change with the condition of your wife. He didn't ask which one. He said, yes, yes, no worry, I'm coming with my entire family, with our daughter back. You didn't ask if it was a good news or a bad news. I'm afraid that it's gonna be worst. Maybe it's gonna be better, but it can be worst also, and you didn't ask. And the fact that reviving his daughter, it was like, your mother is waiting for us, she's okay, all of that. I was like, maybe not. Maybe she's already dead, maybe she's into a coma or something like that. I don't know. I'm afraid of it. But I'm not afraid of his daughter dying. That, no. You know, during the intro I told you that what I think since the beginning of the season is the fact that the backgrounds of our characters, or three main characters, are in fact the most interesting thing with the beginning of this anime. And the fact that they made this first season, or first part of the season, entirely about that, with explaining why Knuckleduster was involved into that case since the beginning for that personal reason, and that they gave us informations little by little, having reveals about what happened, and all right there, that full memory that we had about the fact that his daughter left her family because they couldn't accept that she wanted to sing and all. I think that it's really cool to bring the informations like that little by little, and also to make a parallel right there between his daughter who wanted to sing and he didn't support her, and the fact that right there we have Knuckleduster being friends with Pop Step and is in fact really supportive with her and with what she does. So yes, that's pretty cool. How it was written, his background, and how we got the information little by little, I think that it's pretty cool. But I'm wondering, now that Knuckleduster resolved the situation with the bees, he has no personal reason anymore to stay, you know, to be involved into that little group fighting, you know, villains and all, because he's gonna have his wife and his daughter to take care of, family really to rebuild with these two, and his personal reason was why he was involved into all of that, but without it, is it truly the same for him? I'm not sure. And what about his daughter? Is she gonna be part of the group after that? And his wife same? I don't know. But the other part of this episode, it was about Koichi supporting Pop Step so she can shine on stage, because she was the only one who could sing, in fact, during that moment without electricity, because of her mic and all of that. People appreciated her song and her way to lead them, and then electricity came back and they made that big concert and everyone is cheering for them. That's pretty cool, but that's not really important. If not, maybe for Pop Step to gain more confidence into her talent and what she can do. If only she could keep that costume after this concert. I really preferred it. No boobs, no ass, you know, no butt. Again, she's a teenager. She's at school, so for her to have a costume like that, it's really not appropriate, and it's really making me feel uncomfortable. And right there, during this concert, they changed her costume to match with the other ones. I would love for her to, in fact, keep that costume each time. I would love it. She was nice during all of that moment. It was nice to see her shining on stage. But clearly the situation with Knuckleduster and his daughter was way more interesting. So yes, one more episode to close the season, or to close that part of the season. It's no matter what a lot. So for me it means that the next episode is gonna be to introduce the new narrative arc that we're gonna have after that. Knuckleduster maybe saying the truth to his friends and finding a way for him to stay into the group, to stay there to fight the villains. I think that it can be something like that. With that guy with a rat inside of the police maybe being the new villain that we're gonna try to catch. Okay guys, it's all for you and for me for today, so it's all for me for now, so bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?